Hi friends, good morning. I have provided the payment business analyst training for student and working professional. In case you would like to join the course, please approach for me Tamilbusinesstechnews at the rate of gmail.com. In this video, let's we talk about the life cycle of card payment. Every payment have a different kind of life cycle. But in this video, I would like to explain for the general card life cycle payment. What are the content should be available in my document, basic terminologies, how the card payment should be happen, how clearing and settlement should be happen, and encryption methodology. These are the details should be available in my document. Either you can able to swipe the card in POS machine, point of sale machine. Otherwise, you can able to enter the card details in website and make the payment. Point of sale machine is nothing is there. Whenever if you swipe the card in one machine, that machine we called as a point of sale machine. Everyone aware of it in front of how the card payment should be happen. You swipe the card, you enter your password. After the payment confirmation, you get it inside the pass machine itself. Pass machine, they given the printed script. In case if you swipe the in case you enter the detail in website, once the payment should be completed, you get the notification message. These information everyone should be aware of it. But behind the screen, how the code process should be happen, that most of them not aware of it. So the reason I will explain the concept detailed manner in below the terminologies. Terminology: card holder or issuer, both are the same terminology. Who is owner of the particular card? Suppose you approach for the bank A and collect your card. You are a card holder. Either they called as a card holder or issuer. Both are the same terminology only. Banking and financial service provide the card for the card holder. Issuing bank. Who is owner of the particular card? Person A collect the card from B bank. That B bank is a issuing bank because that card is issuing from the issuing bank. You can able to see that issuing bank details in card itself, because if you see that card, you can able to see that issuing bank logo, name, and the contact information, everything in this card itself. Acquiring bank. Who is process the payment? Suppose you swipe the card in pass machine or website, that payment processor send the details to acquiring bank. Technical example: you swipe the card in POS machine. That POS machine is belong to bank A. That bank A we called as a acquiring bank. Either you enter the details in website, you got the payment gateway. The payment gateway they mention the bank B details. That bank B we called as a acquiring bank. Who will process the payment to issuing bank to merchant bank? That bank we called as a acquiring bank. Simple example already said that the POS machine, it's itself they mention the acquiring bank details. Payment processor. Once you swipe the card, after the payment processor activity should be happen, they collect your card details and transfer the details to acquiring bank, card associated, issuing bank, and merchant bank, like that. They process the payment. They read your card details and encrypt your card details and send to that card associated. Who is a card associate or card network? Everyone aware of it. RuPay, Visa, MasterCard, Amex or American Express, that we called as a card associated. They are provide the service for the various banking. They provide the service for the issuing bank and acquiring bank, all the banks. They are the most market player. You can able to see that card associated or card network details in in the card itself. They mentioned that who provide the particular card associate, either the Visa or MasterCard or Amex or American Express. They mentioned that even the logo also printed in the card. Merchant bank. Suppose you purchase the product, that product amount need to be reached for the person B. That person B is we called as a merchant. The person B hold the account in merchant bank. That's we called as a merchant bank. Merchant bank means who need to get the final amount. Suppose they sold out the service or any kind of product, the product amount need to be sent for the merchant. That is the owner of the particular shop or owner of the particular website. That person we called as a merchant. These are the basic terminologies. Okay, how the card payment process should be happen. Person A go to that any kind of shopping mall or any kind of e-commerce website, they swipe the code in pass machine, otherwise they enter the details in online transaction web page. Once they enter, after the code details should be go for the payment processor. Payment processor encrypt the details. After it's sent for the acquiring bank. Acquiring bank is a owner of the pass machine or online transaction payment gateway. That acquiring bank transfer their details to card network. Card network we called as a Visa card or MasterCard or RuPay card network. After it's reach out for the issuing bank validate the card whether the card number is a correct or not, and CVV and expiry date. All the basic validation should be happen. After the fund level validation should be happen. That card holder have a sufficient balance or not. In case they don't have a sufficient balance, they decline the transaction. In case the card holder card is a blocking card, they terminate the transaction. All the activity should be happen. Once everything is a success, they given the success acknowledgement to that acquiring bank. Acquiring bank send the details to the payment processor. That payment processor given the notification to the POS mission or online transaction, because in front of the customer they can able to see that their payment should be success or decline or rejected. They get the information from the POS mission or web page itself. Either they got the success transaction, they get the notification the particular transaction should be success. In case the transaction should be declined, they get the notification the transaction should be declined. In case they have an insufficient fund, they get the notification insufficient fund. These all the activities should be major activities. After what they happen, the acquiring bank send the payment to that merchant bank. Finally, the merchant bank should be credit the payment to that merchant account. This is for the basic flow of card payment. Below we will look on that how the clearing and settlement should be happen. Quite, I will extend the pages. Just give 1 minute of time. See here, merchant should be send the batch payment to the payment processor, because the card payment is a batch payment. It's not a online payment. Merchant should be collect for that particular day transaction or particular time period transaction, and all the payment details should be converted as a batch, and it's sent to the payment processor. Payment processor route the payment to that appropriate card network. Card network nothing is there, either the Visa network or Mastercard network or Amex or American Express. After the Visa or Mastercard network send the details to issuing bank. Issuing bank check whether they have the sufficient fund or not, and they collect their charges. They given the confirmation to the payment processor the particular transaction should be success or failure or decline on all the activities. Once everything is over, what they happen, issuing bank send the details to payment processor and acquiring bank. After acquiring bank should be transfer the fund to that merchant bank account. Acquiring bank transfer the fund to that merchant bank account. Finally, the merchant bank should be credit that amount to the concerned merchant. This is for the clearing and settlement process. And what are the, again I will explain for the payment processor one more time. Cardholder should be swipe the card in POS machine or online transaction web page. It's go for the payment processor. Payment processor should be encrypt the card details, and it's reach out for the acquiring bank. Acquiring bank send the details to the card network, either the Visa, Master or American Express like that. After the card network should be send the details to issuing bank. Issuing bank given the confirmation of the fund and code authorization. Again it's come back to that acquiring bank. Acquiring bank send the details to payment processor. Payment processor display the details to online transaction and POS machine whether the transaction should be success or failure. Finally it's all happen in front of you. After the acquiring bank transfer the fund to merchant bank. Merchant bank send the amount to that merchant account, individual merchant account. These only should be explained for here. Who is the card holder, same like that. Who is swiping, who is owner of the particular card, that person we call it as a card holder. They can able to swipe the card in POS machine, otherwise they can able to enter their details in website. After merchant means who is the final beneficiary, that person we called as a merchant. Acquiring bank provide the service for that issuing bank and a merchant bank. And the card associated we called as a Visa card or Mastercard, and or these kind of card associated is there. They given for that CVV details, AV validation details, and all those things. Issuing bank means who is provide the card to that particular customer. That bank we called as a issuing bank. Once everything is a success, merchant payment should be rolled out. That should be credited to that merchant account. This is the basic flow. Okay, how the data should be encrypted. Once you enter the card details in web page or pass machine, you swipe the card or trap the card. The data should be encrypted because it's a non-readable format. After the payment processor send the details to acquiring bank, and the acquiring bank send the details to card network, on card network finally send to issuing bank given the confirmation for the acquiring bank, and you can able to see the notification in your pass mission or online transaction web page. So whenever if you do the transaction, that encryption should be happen for the payment processor, and the details need to be sent for that credit card or debit card networks, same like that our Visa or Mastercard network. Finally, the amount should be debit to that issuer bank and credit to that merchant account. This is for the general flow of the card payment. In case you have any doubt, please raise it in the comment section. Thanks for watching this video. Kindly provide your support and subscribe this channel.